Welcome to this, Lord. You join me today. I'm in a field in Warwickshire. We've come today to see one of the nicest, wonderful views that we have here in the Midlands. And I'm lucky enough to live about a 10-minute drive away from here. What is it we're coming to see today? Well, it's not behind me, it's behind James. So if we do a quick turn around, James, and have a look. We've come to talk all about this lovely windmill. Before we talk about the windmill, which is still behind James, below me, so just down there in that little valley, that little trough down there, used to be the Great Chesterton Roman town. And they found mosaics, they found floors, they found underfloor heating down there as well. And it's now a scheduled ancient monument. So thankfully it's protected. It's illegal to even go down there with a metal detector and have a look for anything. Also, they manage the land by shallow grazing. So they don't plant too many crops down there, so they don't damage what's underneath. But yes, Great Chesterton Roman town used to be down there. Established around about 140, 160 in the current era, so AD. And why was it here? Well, it's probably a little settlement where you could change horses. It was where you could sleep for the night before going on. It's a stone's throw from a road just over there, which is a very straight Roman road called the Fosse Way that linked Lincoln in the north to Exeter in the south. So it's an ideal place to have a respite stop for soldiers and travellers alike. Anyway, back on to the windmill. Let's go over there. So this magnificent Grade 1 listed structure was built 1632, 1633, and probably commissioned by Sir John Peyto, who owned the local manor house. Let's hear about its construction, shall we? There were claims made that the lower half of the windmill was built as an observatory, but the estate account records, now with Warwick Record Office, show it hasn't always been a windmill, making it one of the earliest tower mills in England to retain any of its working parts. For those technically minded, it's built of hard local limestone with sandstone detailing, and it's 71 feet 9 inches in diameter. And the mill tower with the cap has a height of 36 feet. It's unique worldwide in its structure and mechanics, and it's supported on 6 semicircular arches, and the piers and the outer faces of which are arcs of the circle radiating from a common centre. There is a small plaque with the letters EP 1632 right above it. Beside the open ground floor and the arches, there are 2 more floors above in the mill. The first, the lower or stone floor, is 15 foot above ground level, and that houses the mill stones and a spur wheel and a frame and a sack hoist, and the ropes passing through the floor in a trapdoor to the upper level. And the second, or the hoist floor, has a brake wheel, main gearing, and a sack hoist and a pulley. It also houses the wind shaft and main parts of a winding system, including the wind direction indicator, which is installed in the cap. Over the years, the mill has undergone 3 major reconstructions. In 1776, the mill shaft was modified, and the date was carved in the tail of the shaft. In 1860, the old curb and cap framing were altered, and by 1910 it had ceased to function as a mill because the winding gear failed to operate. William Haynes was the last miller and was no longer able to turn the mill cap round to make the sails face into the wind. So he abandoned the mill and moved to a Harbury tower just up the road. It wasn't until 1969 that a larger reconstruction of Chesterton Mill began under the control of Warwickshire County Council, who were now responsible for its upkeep. Those repairs were finished in 1971, and the mill reopened for a few days to the public each year in the summertime. Sadly, in 2006, during one open day, one of the sails fell off and injured a visitor. Following the incident, the area was roped off and visitors were prevented from approaching the windmill. The sails themselves were removed for strengthening, and they were replaced in late 2007. So there you go, that's a brief history of Chesterton Windmill. It's a gorgeous structure, and in 2025, though, April the 2nd, 2025, the sails were actually replaced and restored, and it's looking rather splendid again. Warwickshire County Council were responsible for the project, and they worked closely. I've got the names here. The heritage consultants were Chana Projects, and the millwright specialists were Conservation. So Owsworth Conservation and Chana Projects in association with Warwickshire County Council. I think they've done a magnificent job on this Grade 1 listed building. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. As ever, if you've enjoyed the videos, then please do subscribe and tell your friends. And if you want to see what we do outside these videos, have a look at James's channel. That's Last Line Films. He also does a very, very good podcast as well. And there's a little low-flying aircraft going around as well. I used to wander around London showing people and pointing at things. And that tells you a bit of what I used to do on historylord.co.uk. Thanks for watching. It's getting a bit nippy now, so I think we're going back in the car and we'll go home for a cup of tea. Take care of yourselves. See you soon.